Hey, boys and girls. It's time for Uncle Jay Explains the News. Now here's the guy who helps little minds understand big news stories, Uncle Jay.
Hi, boys and girls. Well, a lot of the week's news was pretty awful. The terrible mine disaster in West Virginia and the plane crash that killed the president of Poland. For some reason, this time of year has always had an unusual amount of terrible events. There is no other 3-week period in the calendar that has had as many catastrophes and disasters, except maybe all the award shows on TV every February. This period of disaster is probably the reason the government made April 15th the day we have to file our income taxes. So Uncle Jay's news word for this week is tax-related, and it's actually 2 words: gross and net. During tax time, these 2 words go together like this. You work at a job all year long, and after the year is over, you get a form showing the total amount you got paid. Well, not really. We'll get to that. The total amount you earn is called the gross, and it's right there on that form. You can see it. You just can't have it. The amount you can have is called the net, and that's kind of like a basketball net because a lot falls through it. Federal tax, state, local, Social Security, Medicare. Medicare is that popular healthcare program run by the government that the opponents of healthcare reform didn't want to get taken over by the government. Whatever income you're left with is called although the feeling you're left with is kind of, this is when people start getting angry and start declaring their pets as dependents and their cable bills as business expenses. But this can backfire, boys and girls, because the IRS will stare you down, wanting to know the truth about what you earned, how you spent it, to find out what your thinking was, and did you learn anything? And now it's time to answer one of your news questions. This week it comes from Natalie in Flagstaff, Arizona. Hi, Natalie. Natalie writes, Dear Uncle Jay, now that guy on the Supreme Court is retiring, who do you think will replace him? What things are President Obama looking for in the next Supreme Court justice? Thanks, Natalie. Well, as we've learned from the past, the most important qualification for this job is a life story that could be a lifetime movie about how your humble origins taught you the value of never expressing an opinion about anything to anybody, especially a legal opinion. Now, the Republicans say they'll oppose any judge who's a leftist, leftist, out-of-control activist, radical, out-of-the-mainstream judge. But it's not like all the judges are like that. It's not like the Republicans will oppose the president no matter what. When have they done that before? Don't forget, you can see more at www.UncleJayExplains.com. Check back every Monday when Uncle Jay explains the news. And remember, a great kid is great news.